All right, so when we look at a layered defense, we can think of that in our personal defense as well. Now, I like to apply this to your home, and I do, and it fits very nicely when you apply it to the home, but it also can fit nicely to your person. So it doesn't matter if you're out to dinner with your family or you're sitting in your church. Okay, you want to deter, detect, delay, defend. It's what I call defense in depth, or the Swiss cheese model, layered defense. It's like peeling an onion. There's lots of ways we can think of this. When we deter, so in our homes, we might use signage, we might use fences, we might use dogs to deter. Someone's going to say, that's a hard target, not what I'm looking for, I want a soft target. On our person, the way we carry ourselves, if our face isn't down in our phones, if we're looking up and we're aware of what's going on around us, they're likely going to say, that's a hard target, I'm not looking for that, I'm looking for something else. So we deter. And then maintaining that situational awareness, it doesn't mean that deterring is always going to work, but we may be able to detect something from happening if we maintain our situational awareness. Okay, so we can maybe detect and have that little bit of time to react. And with that, we can delay through the things that we've talked about, whether that's talking to the person, or again, not being a victim by movement, or just not cowing in the corner. We can delay, and then if needed, we defend. Okay, so that's what I call the Swiss cheese model, or the layered approach. Okay, so we're going to watch a video here, and as we kind of come to a close, and we're going to see if we can pick out some of these principles. So now that you've heard all these principles, I want you to watch this video and be able to pick out what you think went well, maybe what went poorly, but more importantly, I want you to go, okay, what principles are in play here? Okay, there's no sound here, but if you just look here, you see a woman with her child at the counter, some kind of business. There's a man sitting down in front of a computer, and there's some other kind of clerk standing up talking to the lady. Now, it's kind of hard to see. You can see somebody just entered there in the background, and there's going to be a little bit of a delay, and then you're going to see it start. Okay, it's not a great video, but it illustrates some excellent points. He's got a gun, and now he's robbing them. He's saying, give me your money, give me your money. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to take this back. Now I want to talk you through, and I think, hopefully you saw them as well, but I want to talk through some of these principles. All right. Watch the guy at the computer. As he stands up, is he decisive? Absolutely. Is he aggressive? Yes. Did he achieve tactical surprise? Absolutely. He did draw on a drawn gun, but was the attacker sufficiently distracted? Absolutely. He did it behind her, and then he was aggressive in his response. Okay, so that's excellent. He did a great job. Now there's some minor things that you'll see here in the video, like he immediately takes his attention off. He shouldn't have taken his attention off the front until he fully understood that the threat was gone. Okay, but overall, very good job. Now, not so good. Let's look at not so good. Let me take this back. Now I want you to pay attention to the lady with her child on the counter. This is what we call remember the fight or freeze? This is the freeze technique. This is not good. Now I'm not going to, she doesn't have the right mindset. She didn't understand that these things can happen. So when it did, she was blown away, and she's like, this is not happening. I mean, you can see it in her face. She's just like, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. Now, she finally did kind of move away a little bit, and she kind of pulled her child in tight, but she just kind of stood there befuddled. Okay? But again, not going to hammer on her. What she probably should have done is taken her child, went to the deck, to the ground, something like that, and just, get out of that line of fire. So that was overall great job. So you can see all those principles we're talking about. Now let's watch another one. Now this, again, I'm going to play it through. You pick out the principles that you think are in play. All right, so he drives in, and his garage door is closing, but obviously he's looking. He has situational awareness. He's looking in his mirrors probably going, I'm going to make sure that nobody comes in. And boom, as soon as that happens, he's keyed up. Look on the right-hand side, the passenger door opens, and he's ready. Boom, and is he aggressive? Does he use speed? Does he use decisiveness? Does he obtain tactical surprise? Absolutely. Now the passenger side, I think, maybe make an assumption here, but as his wife, she did have the presence of mind to shut that door back if you watched it closely. So good on her for that, or I don't know if maybe he told her, or maybe she did that instinctively on her own. Great job here by this, all those principles in play. Fantastic job.